Howdy and welcome back. I'm Steven and this is FWP Reviews. Today will be the last video I'm filming in this spot. This spot has served me well, but I'm going home for the summer. I hope to set up a more permanent spot with a lot better production over these next couple of weeks. While I do not anticipate to miss an upload, bear with me if I do. I do hope to continue to ramp up the quality and devote more time to this side of my reviews this summer. Today, we do that by looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly of April 2021. Without further stalling, let's get into it. To be honest, Concrete Cowboy is just fine for what it is. It looks at something extremely interesting, the urban cowboy. It doesn't hit all of the marks, but it's bearable and it does keep some intrigue throughout. Shiva Baby is perhaps one of the most stressful and entertaining movies I saw all month, or perhaps ever. Rachel Snow and Molly Gordon light up the screen in this social anxiety comedy centering around a Shiva. Emma Seligman's directorial talent shines bright as she crafts a harrowing tale about when a sugar baby realizes her sugar daddy is at her family's Shiva with his wife. It's tense, it's well told, and it's most importantly, exhilarating. It captures all of the awkwardness of family gatherings with ease. The Yin Yang Masters, not to be confused with the Yin Yang Master's Dream of Eternities, is based off of a popular Chinese mobile game. And to be honest, it's surprisingly amazing. There are some breathtaking visuals and fascinating fantasy elements. I was so drawn into this world and I just couldn't get enough of it. The Yin Yang Master Dream of Eternity, not to be confused with the Yin Yang Master, is an intriguing murder mystery tale. This movie is a testament that in today's age, even a murder mystery movie will end in a giant CGI fight. It's based off of a book, which the previous movie mentioned was based off a mobile game. That mobile game was also based off of this book. That common source material couldn't lead them to be more different and more separate. I enjoyed this one less, but I did enjoy it. The murder mystery parts were definitely the strength of this movie. What happens when Netflix gets two kind of funny people together for a comedy? Thunder Force happens. And God, it is atrocious. It's genuinely one of those movies that you think is probably harmless and couldn't be that bad. But you'd be damn wrong. This movie had me begging for the endless and tasteless slapstick to just end so I could do literally anything else. We Don't Deserve Dogs is not the best documentary, but the endless stream of good boys more than makes up for it. It is a heartfelt and sort of anecdotal love letter to dogs all around the world. The diverse range of stories and testimonies combined with an endless stream of good old boys makes for an entertaining watch. Voyager is a movie I have a lot of thoughts on, and I wrote an extensive review for this after I first viewed it. To summarize it shortly, yes, this is a discount Lord of the Flies. However, its failures do not lie in that. The cast is intriguing and there are some actual flashes of brilliance in this movie. Somehow, despite its best intention, it just never puts it all together. Quo Vadis Ada is one of the stunning international feature nominees I watched during this month. This harrowing look at the Sabrina massacre as a UN translator tries desperately to save her family throughout is absolutely heart-shattering. It is well made and it wrenches the gut. It is a movie that slowly travels to a boil and is well crafted at every step of the way. The Man Who Sold His Skin is the second of three stunning movies I saw that were nominated for Best International Feature. I love the bizarre and oddball and sometimes shady nature of the art world and how well that can translate into film. This movie is no exception. It's poignant, surprisingly funny, and just extremely well made. I skipped the United States vs. Billie holidays a few months ago, and I decided to check it out when Andra Day was nominated for the Oscar to see if her performance was up to snuff. While I enjoyed her performance, I most definitely did not enjoy this movie. It bored me to death. It did have some exceptions to that, and there were some extremely well done scenes, such as the scene where they're on heroin. It was extremely dark, but extremely well crafted. It manages to take a step outside of the biopic conventions we've all been subjected to. For the rest of the movie, I cannot say the same though. Minari has been hyped up for ages and I finally bit the bullet and just paid the $20 to view it. Was it worth $20? No. Literally no movie is worth $20 for a rental price. However, it is great. The slice of life type movie is almost done perfectly in Minari. It draws you in and takes you on this twisting path. Steven Yeun, David Kim, Yong Yoo-jung, and every other cast member helps to sell this incredible movie. Spoiler alert, in the movie SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run, Keanu Reeves, Danny Trejo, and Snoop Dogg all appear within 10 minutes. They all appear within the same 10 minutes during the middle of the movie. I expected a ton more cameos after that rapid fire, but it turns out they just put all three of them into 10 minutes. Weird. This movie does also suck and is incredibly boring, so I would highly recommend just watching SpongeBob instead. Why Did You Kill Me is further evidence that the documentaries this year have not been hitting like they should. This movie is only half about its title, the other half is about drug cartels and weird model car replications of the events. The testimonies and all of the visuals in this documentary just weirded me out. Okay, maybe good documentaries aren't dead, as we see in Tina. In the sea of musician documentaries, Tina does try to differentiate itself, and it should be admired for that. It showcases some of the most important parts of Tina Turner's life, but it does get a little slow. In Willys Wonderland, we see a silent Nick Cage beat the fuck out of animatronics for nearly an hour and a half, and I have to say that I am thoroughly entertained by this. Our Friend is not the best cancer drama ever made, but the premise about the friend dropping everything to help these people that have been important in his life, pair that with some amazing performances by Casey Affleck, Jason Segel, and Dakota Johnson, and you get a relatively compelling movie. The new Mortal Kombat movie fans be like, wow, look, they said the thing, they did the thing. Wow, it's so cool. Don't kid yourself. This is by far one of the most mediocre movies they could have made from the source material. Not bad, like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but this is one of the most mediocre movies they could possibly make. There's a ton of potential in this story, but they can't limit it to word vomit exposition so we can get as much fighting as possible done in 2 hours. They need to take their time with it and craft this story. If they give it a little more time and give it a little bit more flow, they would have an epic fan favorite story on their hands. Together manages to tear down and point out just how stupid some of the stereotypes single dads face are. With relative ease, it seems like this movie just puts these characters into this position where it just points out that these stereotypes these single dads face are just stupid, and the way it does that is extremely effective. Ed Helms and Patty Harrison's charming performances help round off the movie well. In Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, you guessed it, Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. This movie is best as a blind watch, I like to think, because I didn't think this was what it was about at all. So go into it knowing nothing, and I promise you might enjoy it. It's weird, but it's enjoyable. This movie is so... Look at those visuals. What was I saying? With that, we reach the end of another monthly summary. Next week, I hope to be doing an unpopular opinion on Paper Towns. Until then, follow my Instagram at FWPReviews100 for daily written reviews about the newest movies. With that, this is FWP Reviews signing off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.